So we're cooking the prepped potatoes, which will go in Saag Aloo, Bombay. We've roughly peeled about 8 potatoes, all different sizes. So when you do cut them, you do have to make sure that they're the same size. Otherwise, the method how we cook it, some will be not cooked and some won't if they're different sizes. Again, the smaller you do it, the quicker that they will cook. You know, you don't want it too small that you can't really get the feeling of a potato. So as you can see, they're roughly the same size. Then we're ready to start cooking. Give a couple of spoons of, 2-3 spoons of oil. Then you have 1 garlic ginger, which you can see how I make it. Yeah, don't forget to subscribe and like and comment. If you want me doing any other things, just give us a shout and let me know. So put about 1 spoon of garlic ginger once the oil heats up. You can always test it if it's hot. Touch it like that and you can see like it's not really moving. So it's not really hot enough. It's getting a bit hotter. So now you can tell it's starting to get hot. So you just give 1 spoon. Then you give 1 teaspoon of haldi. Always turn it down when you get the spice in because it will burn the spice. And just a tiny bit of garam masala, so about 1/4 of a spoon of garam masala. See the spices are starting to stick, so it's very important. Once the garlic and ginger mixes in with the oil, it's very important to just get that spice. Then you can put your potatoes in. Then about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And make sure you get the spices to get into the potatoes and let it marinate. You can add a touch of water if it is getting dry. As you can see, I've marinated all the spice into the potato. I'm going to add a slight bit of water. In the restaurant we don't actually add any water, but I think with small portions it will start getting a little bit thin. The main thing with water is so it doesn't burn the spice or stick to the pan. So yeah, you put it on sort of medium gas, put the lid on, come back after a few minutes, keep stirring, make sure the spice hasn't burnt or it's not cooking too much somewhere. Keep it moving, that's the most important thing every so often. So after like sort of 5-10 minutes, touch a potato. When it gets slightly soft, what you want to do is put the gas completely low, not move it about too much. You're going to break the potato, and then it's important you put the lid on so the steam will cook the potato and make it soft. So you just put that on, very low gas. Come back after sort of 5-10 minutes and keep touching the sides, in the middle, make sure every potato is cooked and not too hard. So it's been about sort of 10 minutes. Remember, it's on very low gas, and you can sort of feel the potatoes, and they're all kind of done now. So you take it off, give it a bit of a shake because the bottom might be slightly stuck. But have you seen, we used a very minimal water, at the start. But you know, normally people boil potatoes with water. We don't use that method because I think the spice, if you put water and the spices in afterwards, you're just not going to feel the flavour. So that's pretty much done now. You've got to be very careful. Some of the bottom has got slightly stuck. And then when you do put Bombay potato, we'll be adding more spices and anything else. So I'll be doing more videos with potatoes. So in a restaurant, we'll get it prepped like this. It's flavoured already, ready, and then we just add and take things away as we need to. This will go in Saag Aloo, Bombay potato, anything with potato in a curry house that's prepped similar to this. Each restaurant has their own style, but they get it ready like this, so it's cooked, it's ready, and then you just add it in whatever. We're going to be making pre-cooked saag, which is spinach. So a lot of people ask me, because spinach has a very, very short shelf life. They ask me what brand do you use, how do you do it, how do you use it. So I'm just going to go through the step-by-step process. So, okay guys, so we use this Ardo. We found that to be the best spinach, ARDO. So we get a box of these at a time, which is 6. That's 2,500 grams. Not sure if you're going to need that much, but you can always put it in the freezer. Take a little bit out at a time. We obviously just get a couple of blocks or 1 block out at a time, depending on how much we have. So Ardo, we found the best. Ardo, frozen spinach. Keep it in. As I say, spinach has a very short shelf life, so we just tend to try and, you know, get frozen ones. You can use fresh ones, I believe. You just kind of replace it with that one. So yeah, Ardo, there we have it. Okay, so we've defrosted the spinach now. What you want to do is we put it in kind of balls like this, and then we just kind of squeeze out the excess water left. As you can see, there's quite a lot of water left. We'll just do a couple of balls like that. So you've got three balls. I'm just doing a demo, so I'm not going to do all of them. And then what we then do is we just cut it. Most, if not all, curry houses use frozen spinaches to do all their saag aloo and everything like that. So just going to cut it in squares. Did you see I just went across, and then I'm going vertically to cut it in smaller pieces. Just going to do that across. Cut that. Okay guys, so we've chopped up our spinach. It's not a full block there. I think that's probably around sort of about 60 grams, I think, something like that, 60, 70 grams. So we're then going to add some oil. So you've got about 7, 8 teaspoons of oil in there. Okay, so we've just got a little bit of oil in there. And then you just want to add probably about 1 clove of oil. 1 clove of garlic, chopped garlic. You've got to be very careful it doesn't burn it. So that's already starting to burn quickly. Then I've got about 1 onion chopped up straight in. I've taken it off the burner because the oil is quite hot. You've got to be very careful. As you know, garlic cooks very quickly. One method to stop it cooking quickly is you can add salt. We need to add salt anyway. So I'd say about 1/2 or 3/4 teaspoon of salt in there. And you want the onions slowly to caramelize. I mean, it doesn't matter if it's a little bit, as long as it's not too burnt, the garlic, if they're a bit brown, it doesn't matter. And then, so the onions caramelized, we gave it a couple of minutes. Just want to add a little bit of turmeric. It's very important you add all this before you put the saag. If you put the saag, then you put the turmeric, it doesn't mix very well. So leave it on low gas so it doesn't burn the spice on the non-stick pan. And that's pretty much ready for now the spinach to go in. This is, as I mentioned, it's pre-cooked for us to put in our curries or saag aloo. Obviously, we need to be faster in serving out. That is actually ready to eat now. It's got everything in there that you need that would go in. See, the onions have caramelized. Obviously, the garlic's being there. The spinach is coated in these spices. And then that's ready. That's pre-cooked saag. As mentioned, you can eat that straight away. That's pretty much ready. So you have it, pre-cooked saag. Today we're going to be making a saag aloo. How we make it in the restaurant on service. So you've got pre-cooked potatoes, pre-cooked spinach, onions and that already cut up. So okay guys, so first thing, we're going to just start with a little bit of oil. Probably about a couple of teaspoons should do it. That's it. I'm just going to let that heat up for about 30 seconds. Not too long because we need to put garlic in there, so we don't want the garlic to burn. Probably about 1 clove of garlic there. You've got to be very careful, but always put the gas to a bit lower as you've got the garlic in. And as soon as it starts turning a little bit red, as you can see here, quickly get your onions and peppers cut. And then we're adding just a sprinkle of salt. And that should help the onions caramelize. Got to make sure that you don't add too much salt because the pre-cooked potatoes have got salt, the pre-cooked saag's got salt, so you'd rather add less and then taste it and maybe add more if you need to. So the next step is we're just going to get the potatoes. And then we've got the pre-cooked saag. So once that's heated up, we're just going to add a little bit of our desi style spice, which is mixed powder. That will give it its flavouring. Make sure you've lowered the gas. If it's a little bit dry, you can add a touch of oil, and we will be adding some ghee anyway, so you can put that in now. That will give it the nice buttery aftertaste to the saag aloo. That was about a couple of teaspoons. Still, you put it on low gas and let it simmer. And then you've got a couple of tomatoes, just for the colour, to give it a nice colour. Can you see it's got green, yellow, red. As I forgot to mention at the start, you'll need a non-stick pan. It's not going to work with an aluminium pan. There you have it. Lovely sagaloo.